I never wanted to inherit anything, especially not from my mother's side of the family. They were always strange, quiet, like they were hiding a secret that was never meant to be told. So when I received a letter saying that Aunt Amelia, whom I barely remembered, had left me her property in the countryside, my first instinct was to ignore it. But something about that letter pulled me in. It was signed by a notary who insisted that the greenhouse must be taken care of. It's the most important thing. Never let it dry out. That's what it said, word for word. Not a single mention of the house or the land, just the greenhouse. Out of pure curiosity, or maybe a need I didn't know I had, I went. The property was far from everything. An old, run-down house, rotting wood, broken windows. But behind the house, the greenhouse, still standing and alive. The plants were overgrown, wild, thriving, even though no one had been there in years. Black roses like ink, ferns that curled like snakes, and a purple vine that seemed to move if you stared at it long enough. I know it sounds insane, but I swear to you it moved. That first night in the house was rough. I barely slept. Something was always creaking outside, like stems brushing against the glass of the greenhouse, but there was no wind. The second night was worse, because that's when I heard the voice. I was watering the plants with an old rusty, and when I heard it for the first time, a woman's voice, very low, very soft, like a whisper inside my head, but it wasn't inside. It was coming from the greenhouse. Thank you for not letting us die. I dropped the watering can. There was no one. I checked everything. The plants, the corners, the soil, nothing. I went back to the house shaking. Tried to convince myself it was just my mind playing tricks. Stress, isolation, the creepy atmosphere. I talked to myself like an idiot, just to stay sane. But the voices came back, and they weren't alone. Every night, when the sun went down, the plants started speaking. At first, just phrases. Then they started asking for things. More water, more light, a little blood. Yes, blood. I thought I was losing my mind. Until one morning, I woke up and found a trail of soil leading from the greenhouse to my bed. The plants were moving. That was the day I decided to leave. I packed what I could, grabbed the car keys, and then I heard the voice clearer than ever. If you leave, we die, and if we die, so do you. I froze, and in that instant, I saw something. In the center of the greenhouse, where the stone paths crossed, there was a flower I hadn't seen before. A flower with a human-like face, half-bloomed, old, and strangely familiar. I stepped closer, heart pounding, and then I understood. These plants weren't just alive. They were lives. People. Souls. My aunt didn't leave me a greenhouse. She left me a prison. A graveyard that whispered. I don't know how long I've been here. The days blur together. The voices never stop. They whisper when I close my eyes. They beg. They curse. They need me. And now, I don't know if I'm the gardener or the next one taking root. If you ever find an old house with an overgrown greenhouse, don't go in, because if you hear the voices, it's already too late.